Sakadita International Association of Buddhist Women is very pleased to announce the release of a Chinese translation of a book previously published in English called Buddhist Women in the Global Multicultural Community. This book is a compilation of 36 different stories from 36 different women of many different backgrounds, different nationalities, different socioeconomic backgrounds, with very different interests. So it's a really good place to begin to learn about how Buddhism brings together people of different cultures and communities. We're very happy, especially now, to release the book in Chinese language because there's a huge Chinese-speaking population around the world. The Chinese readership is 1.2 billion people. And about half of these people have strong Buddhist connections. So it's a really good opportunity to reach out and make more information known to Buddhist women and men in different parts of the world where Chinese is spoken. So we think that this topic is very timely because people around the world are meeting each other and interacting more closely than ever before, especially in the Buddhist world. Previously, the Buddhists of the world were rather isolated in their own communities, speaking their own languages, practicing their own practices and traditions and rituals and so forth. But now, Buddhists are increasingly interacting at international conferences and other global forums. Sakadita is an important global forum because it's the only one really that brings women together. Even though occasionally a woman might get into one of these other global Buddhist conferences or forums, usually they don't get an opportunity to speak. And certainly Buddhist women's issues are not addressed sufficiently. So the Sakadita conferences are a venue, a forum where Buddhist women can share their ideas, share their experiences, meet each other, strike up friendships with each other. And it's been a tremendous learning experience for us all. So these new global networks among Buddhist women around the world, I think, are a prime example of transnational Buddhism. In a way, because the Sakadita conferences allow women a chance to really talk in depth about issues that concern them in particular. The Sakadita conferences are an entire week long, which gives us a chance to really meet and talk to each other and to take topics to a deeper level. Not just sort of politenesses or introductory material, not just one talk or something, but a way to follow through on some of the ideas that are presented in further small group discussions and also workshops. For example, if a person were interested in language issues, in global interactions, and this is an important thing. This is one reason that Buddhists have not interacted more over the centuries, is that they speak very different languages. So how do we translate, not only across cultures, but even among the different languages? We use English as a medium because English is an international language, and yet we are very conscious that not all Buddhist women speak English. So we try to provide translation into many different languages. And Chinese has been one of our most important languages, not only because of the huge Chinese language readership, but because we've had a wonderful translation team, the Taiwan translation team, which has been working since the year, before 2000, I believe, to make sure that the talks from the conferences are available in Chinese. And also we will interpret the workshops and the discussion groups and so forth. We want everybody to participate and have a voice. Now, there we recognize, though, too, that not all Chinese language speakers come from similar cultures. Chinese Buddhist culture in Malaysia may be very different from Chinese Buddhist culture in Los Angeles, or in Singapore, Taiwan, or on mainland China. So Readers of this book could learn about Buddhist women's perspectives across cultures. We have specialists in many different fields talking about interesting issues, including Buddhist art, talking about the full ordination issue. Now, this is an interesting one too, because Chinese Buddhist women have access to full ordination, but women in many Buddhist countries do not. So we really want to learn from Buddhist women in Chinese cultures, because they've maintained this lineage of full ordination over more than 1,500 years. And that's a great gift to the world because of their diligence, first in receiving the transmission from Sri Lanka in a proper transmission, but also in preserving it over these many, many centuries. Now Buddhist women around the world have access to full ordination. So we're very grateful to them. And we want to dialogue with them because they have this living lineage. They also know the rituals and practices that are essential to full ordination for women. So that's very helpful. That's very important for especially the nuns community. But the nuns community is quite significant. We estimate that there are at least 160,000 Buddhist nuns around the world. So we all have much to learn from the Chinese Buddhist nuns, especially around the monastic discipline. Let's cut.